balloon is one of the few things that makes an adult in the moment and feel happy like a kid.
What I love about balloons is the potential. It's magical.
No matter your age, balloons make people feel so happy.
Our next gig is a fundraiser for a hospital. This one's actually a real challenge.
Really hot in here.
Look how sweaty you are.
This is not an ideal space. Ugh! Wow, this is huge.
This is a disaster.
Damn.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
All right, I have some good news and some bad news.
What's up?
We gotta go to the couch. This one's a serious one. I think this is very exciting. We were hired for a hospital fundraiser at a golf course in Marin County, California, which is just north of San Francisco. Basically, it's a Scottish theme.
Scottish theme.
This one's actually a real challenge.
So what are we making?
I started brainstorming with her on the phone, and I said, hey, we can make a gigantic castle.
A castle?
A castle.
With 3 people?
Outdoors.
How big a castle did you promise?
I'd said it was gonna be majestic and shockingly gigantic.
We're creating a castle outdoors, on grass, which is really bad for balloons. Any surface in nature is bad for balloons. Just pop, pop, pop. It's terrible.
I don't know, I think maybe I had too much coffee. I started promising more than usual. Once we fly up north, we only have 3 days to check out the space, get everything that we need, and actually build everything for the event. You know, we got a lot of work ahead of us, just planning, let alone experimenting, so let's get going.
All right, let's do it.
This is the Meadow Golf Club. Today's actually our first visit here.
Before we tour the golf course, Addi heads into the clubhouse to meet the committee in charge of the event. Whenever we work with a charity, Addi likes to do something a little special for them.
I just wanted to say thank you for volunteering and organizing and inviting us.
This event is an annual golf tournament to raise friends and fun and money for Marin General Hospital Foundation.
Okay, I'd like to make you a very, very subtle gift. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do. If you make somebody a balloon flower, you give them instant joy.
I'm so overcome by the wonderful balloon art that we're going to be introducing to everyone. I'm really excited.
Thank you so much for inviting us. So now that we've met the committee, it's time to see the golf course. We came to do the measurements and just get a sense of everything, and what we try to do is build things that fit the environment. The golf carts are gonna be all lined up here. Ready? They get in them.
Yes.
And then we want to build a castle there. That's our dream, that's our goal.
Yeah.
To build like a gigantic castle that from a distance looks amazing. They actually are gonna drive their carts through the castle.
Addi is known for adding an element of surprise. That's great, but this castle, people will be driving golf carts through, that's gonna be tough.
So, gigantic castle.
If they're driving their carts through the castle, we can make multiple doors, so it can just be like a driveway through it, or they can turn off to one of the holes or something like that.
I think you're right. They park it, they get out, they hit the ball, and they drive through. So in that way, it might even have 3 entrances.
In the night.
In the night. Yeah.
And a woman in distress, can the knight be saving her?
A beautiful maiden, castle, and a knight.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe we could put a giant golf ball in the castle because it'll be like a shrine.
it's like a giant totem. I like that. I'm starting to see this come together.
For this build, Addi and Brian are going to build a 30-foot high castle made up of 4 separate walls and 2 towers with multiple entrances and exits. Brian is also going to build a knight that is going to stand guard at the castle entrance. And I'm going to design a fair maiden perched on the castle balcony and a giant golf ball that will stand just outside the castle walls.
This castle is gonna be a huge undertaking. We should have been inflating yesterday.
All right, well, let's stop talking and start twisting.
Amen.
Not building at our home base is always a dicey situation, but we found this incredible warehouse that should be big enough to build this giant castle. We only have 3 days, but I think we can get it done.
really hot in here.
For this job, we'll need 4,000 balloons just for the castle, and an additional 500 for the golf ball, maiden, and knight. We'll also need 6 inflators and 6 assistants to help us blow up and assemble the balloons for the castle. Look how sweaty you are. And you know what? It's just very humid in here. I'm a little nervous because without any air conditioning, this heat can really weaken the balloons and cause them to pop.
Here.
We're here, we're at the spot, we got the inflators inflating. You can see they have a whole lot of balloons going on already. This is called a 646. This is the balloon we're using for the brick. We're gonna use 2 of these side by side. If you can imagine another one tied from end to end here, so you have like a double. That's 1 brick. The assistants are going to tie the balloons together into long chains. Then we'll take those chains and we'll stack them so they look like a stone wall. Let's try to avoid that if possible. This heat is starting to become a real problem.
Right now, I'm working on the maiden.
This is the cleavage. Right now, I'm going to add spokes going down, and I'm going to weave the dress.
Weaving can be a tedious process, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get this done, but it'll be worth it.
That's right.
It looks good.
It's basically a hangar meets a sauna. It's really hot and steamy in here, and everyone's sweating, and the balloons are sweating. We use the best balloons in the business, but these balloons, even as good as they are, every time we try to touch them, it's pop, 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 pop.
We only have a few days. We're making 0 progress. It's just not working. I can't believe this. I just can't believe this.
We were averaging like 3 or 4 pops a minute.
Just walk away from this. Oh. We're up in Marin County, California, hard at work on a job that is less than 3 days away. Our build space is hot and our balloons keep popping. But Addi and I are determined to get half the castle walls built today, while Katie focuses on the maiden and the giant golf ball. I also still need to build my knight, and I'm not sure when that's gonna happen.
Nothing in there.
I've made progress on the maiden, so I'm gonna set that aside for now and start working on the golf ball.
I'm looking for some materials to build the golf tee with. Ooh! Ha!
Katie does not think like anybody else. She has this neurotic perfectionism mixed with abstract risk-taking. Wow. That's almost perfect.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll weave a tee around it, green and orange, because that's the color of
No, just one color, just a solid color.
Okay.
Green.
Orange.
That makes me mad. Golly. So after 4,000 balloons are inflated, I'm building and I can't build. What should take me 20 minutes is taking me over an hour. That wasn't my fingernail, I know that.
These balloons are popping like crazy, and we're not making any progress. Then I noticed there's little specks of glass all over the floor. It looks like all the popping wasn't just from the heat.
I've realized that this is some kind of a glass recycling place, or at least it was, because if you look on the floor, there are all these little shards of glass everywhere. This is not an ideal space. Glass plus balloons equals disaster. Ugh!
In the 20 years that I've been twisting balloons, I've never had to work in such a dangerous environment for balloons. I'd rather deal with rain and wind and screaming kids.
All right, so...
Oh! Oh! We were averaging like 3 or 4 pops a minute.
Decontaminate. There are glass shards everywhere in the air. I need a new workspace.
That's airborne death for balloons right there. We're obviously gonna have to find another location and hopefully be able to transport all those balloons and that they're not already compromised.
It's not worth it. The extra effort we're gonna put... The extra effort we're gonna put into moving this, we could be putting into starting new and just walk away from this. Oh.
Because the balloons are so contaminated, we can't take them with us. So there's only one thing we could do, which is start over.
You got one of these?
This is the worst situation I've ever been in because the clock is not going to stop ticking and we are potentially doomed. Honestly, I'm a little speechless. I don't know what to say. I can't say anything more than that. That's our castle. Now we need to scramble to find a place to build, and the only place that's available is the ballroom at the hotel. Here's an idea. The ballroom is not big enough for us to assemble all the pieces of the castle to see if it's going to work, so that's a problem. But we're just going to have to make it work. We are 2 days away from the event, and it feels like we haven't done anything. We need to try to make up for lost time and try to make, ideally, that entire castle today.
I like going over both and then down and under and through. Just stay right there.
Okay. Oh my God, I like it. This thing's gonna be gigantic.
Okay.
1 tower down, 1 tower, and 4 walls to go.
This is the face for the maiden. Pretty creepy, huh?
Making a balloon woman is not the easiest thing in the world, especially if you want her to be attractive.
Where would you say to change this for draft number 3? I don't want to finish it or anything.
Yeah. Okay, let me just see this. Let me flip this. Maybe we can get her smiling a little bit. Well, the lips are a little bit on the...
Big side, I thought they were voluptuous. But
yeah,
I can use one of them to be a 260.
They're about two notches above voluptuous.
Oh, okay.
Balloons don't always allow for the delicate nature of a woman's face or features.
Whatever.
We're officially in crunch time because the castle has to be up in about 24 hours. We're not talking about eating or sleeping anytime soon.
This is a disaster.
We're in Marin County, California, working on a hospital fundraising event at a golf course. We lost an entire day of work because our build space was contaminated with glass. So now, with only 2 days until the event, we have a lot of work to do.
Compared to yesterday, which was a nightmare, this is almost a dream scenario.
Well, Brian and Addi have made a lot of progress on the castle, but Brian still has to start the night, and I still have to finish the maiden and the golf ball. A lot of times, if I have multiple projects, I'll just move back and forth between them, and that way I make sure they both get done on time. A giant circle? I mean, that's really exciting because circles are my favorite shape.
It's going to be made mostly out of double enders. These are double enders right here. It's a double ender because you can tie this in, or you can tie this in. I tie this to this. Ta-da! I make a whole bunch of them.
And these will make up the exterior of the giant golf ball.
Soon we'll be in the 24-hour crunch time countdown. I made a lot of progress on the castle. Katie's gonna do this golf ball that's gonna blow everyone's mind. So I really feel like we're working really well together.
We're almost done with the 2 major walls of the castle. I still gotta get to my night. That's not gonna happen until tomorrow morning. We're gonna get a few hours sleep tonight because tomorrow's probably gonna be an all-nighter.
We're officially in crunch time because the castle has to be up in about 24 hours. I think we're doing about as well as we possibly could considering the multiple levels of mayhem. Here's part of the facade of the front entrance that people will be driving their golf cart through. Oh no.
So it's time to make the night. I pull up the picture, I look at it, get a general idea of how I want to do it. A real night, there's a little bit more armor. You know, I just started with the feet, and now I'm just kind of feeling it as I go. It's gonna feel right. This guy's gonna be really massive.
is 5:30 now. We're not talking about eating or sleeping anytime soon.
I'm finishing up the maiden now. I only have to make half of her body because I'm putting her inside of a tower, and she's going to be positioned so she can wave at the golfers below.
There's something wrong with it now. She looks like she's had plastic surgery and she's crying.
Sorry, Addi, that it's not better.
Something happened here, and her lips look like a hamburger.
I feel like I make one step forward and then 2 steps backwards.
See, before she was smiling.
Yeah, trust me, I'm well aware of the deficiencies. This is a disaster zone right here.
I'm going to be up late fixing this, and I sure hope I can get it right.
Four in the morning. Gotta get going.
I got it.
Down.
Time's up. The night and the walls are finished. Biggest nightmare that can happen with this is we find out the walls are not put together properly. Since we had to move into a build space that was too small, we never had a chance to put the walls together, to put them up. We'll see.
We have not actually tested this once because we lost a day. We just never had the time to see, will this work? This castle is so big that we can't really control it.
Wow, this is huge. Ow.
What do I see? A gigantic tower about to crush Katie.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's sunrise at the golf course. That means we have about 2 hours to get this thing up. Hopefully, Katie got the maiden done. I'm a little nervous about it, but we'll see how it looks. As far as the castle goes, as you can see, we're just starting to put the base plates in right now.
The pillars we actually brought together as one piece just to avoid any hassle, but the walls we still have to put together. What's that? Wow, this is huge. Whoa! That is not looking very secure.
The idea is super cool, and the blueprint was super cool, but this thing is so big that we can't really control it. And we're not even sure this thing was gonna stand up until we're actually there putting it up. I'm working on putting together the wall. Ow. And I turn around, and what do I see?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
A gigantic tower about to crush Katie. And Brian running up a hill trying to save her.
The other one, the other one.
The design for this castle was maybe hubris, but we decided to do it.
I have got an 8-foot balloon. These are amazing. They cost $80.
By blowing up the giant balloon inside of the smaller balloons, it creates the look of a textured golf ball. I love giant balloons. They make the whole world a better place.
People are coming in about 20 minutes. So now is the moment. All hands are on deck. Vertical balloons through those loops.
I see the golfers coming out, ready to play. We're out of time.
I've been doing this for 20 years, but I still get nervous right before the client comes because you never know how they're gonna react.
Oh my God. Look at that.
Oh my God!
Wow.
I've never seen anything like this. It's just fantastic. The castle is amazing.
So big.
This is great.
I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Well, do you think we can touch it?
It was amazing. I know I'm gonna tell my friends about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was just incredible. Something like this takes talent.
This is great.
That was amazing.
Wow. Look at this.
It's beautiful. Wow.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, you can touch it.
We should have all the golfers sign them.
Right.
Oh, that's a very good idea.
The golf ball was incredible.
Addi asked me what the event was all about, and he said, I'm going to make a castle. And I said, yeah, sure. He said, people are going to be able to go through it. And I said, yeah, sure. But he did it.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The knight in armor, kind of guarding the castle, awesome.
I thought that the maiden was very welcoming.
So intricate. It's great.
We've been talking about this for years.
Right?
We basically had almost everything that could possibly go wrong on this job go wrong. We lost half our inventory. We lost all that time. We never got a chance to really try to see if this thing would work. We aim to make things that no one else has ever thought of and no one else could make. So we aim high.
The lady here.
Lady.
I really think we pulled it off, and this charity event's going to be a huge success. I'm glad we could do our part.
This thing was kind of painful to get up, but let me tell you, I cannot wait to tear it down.
You ready?
Yeah.
From the Unpoppables.
Go!
I'm working on the maiden. This should technically be a raisin twist, but I'm being lazy. A raisin twist is when you take a little raisin, which is not really a raisin. It's it could be a knot. Here's the raisin. You drop it in. Blow the balloon up. You tie it, and then you find your raisin. Where is it? It's got it. And then I get a 260 long skinny balloon, and I tie it around real tight like that. And see, now I have two places where I can tie it. It's the little things that make it cleaner.
All right, I need a new plan. I can't work with balloons and be walking on eggshells at the same time. This just isn't working. We're gonna sweep out this truck, tarp the walls and the floor. I'm building walls in the truck because this is ridiculous. I'm ruining all the work of the brick.
What's the percentage of popping?
Every 30 seconds?
No! Or more.
Okay.
Really?
Really?
It's like going sailing with a hole in the bottom of the boat. You're just not gonna go very far.
We're gonna back the truck up to here so we minimize the floor surface. And
Oh, nice smooth table.
these are brand new.
There's not millions of pieces of glass on the table.
Clear off the tables. I'll put them side by side. I have 15 feet walls.
That's very clever.
Let's clear the tables off. We'll try it. I have this idea of building on the table. We have a new table. This will keep it straight. What the heck?
I think there's shards of glass in the air.
We gotta come up with like a serious other plan. While our inflators get back to work, I need to figure out how to make this design work with less time and fewer balloons. I've added up what we have plus what we're gonna get from the local balloon shop, and the total of what we need of gray is 3,690. What we have in combination of both is 3,850. That is not enough room for error. I need to lose something or work in another color somehow. Pop,
So
even in this nice environment.
3850 is what we have.
And
we
3690 is what we need.
we're basically
not
just
enough room.
100. We have 100 balloon wiggle room.
The towers I don't want to change. The front of the castle I don't want to change because this is what is initially seen. These here, this is still gonna be like 8 feet tall,
That's
so people
plenty
won't see
tall.
over it. On the backside, we can make it black or mocha, whatever color. I have a list here of what they have, and I'm gonna fudge it, make it match as best I can.
We have about 27 levels of problems all on top of each other right now. See, these are giant towers, 25 feet, but you know what? This aluminum pole is 12. Half the size of this tower is not particularly stable. Maybe we should throw this in the pond and just say it's a Loch Ness Monster.